Yeah, hi guys, Peter back for yet another video. Today I'm going to do an album review of a band that's been in the news lately. The band is Rush. I'm going to review Signals, their ninth studio album. It's an album I heard years back, given them a few more listens lately. I've heard it quite a bit over the years, so I thought I'd talk about it. They're in the news again lately, as everyone knows. A reunion with Anika Niles, the new drummer. She's a German lady, and so everyone's really talking about that a lot at the moment. So they're really in the news with their new tour next year. So I thought I'd do an album review of one of their well-known albums, which is, of course, Signals. Now, Signals, I was reading a little bit on the how the press related to this album or talked about this album, and there seems to be a little pushback or whatever about it. There is quite mixed reviews, I would say, but it's generally considered a well thought of album. But Rolling Stone have said that they rely too much on the keyboards at the expense of Alex Lifeson's guitar, which I can see the point, but there is still quite amount of Alex's guitar on this album. So that's that. As I said, their ninth studio album, released on September 9th, 1982, at 43 minutes long. It's a fairly good length albums. Back in those days, the albums were like that, 35, 40, 40, 42, 41, whatever. Produced by Rush and Terry Brown, who was their producer in the 70s. The label was Anthem. Now, of course, everyone would know, if you're a fan, Geddy Lee's the vocalist. I reckon he's a very good vocalist. I like his vocals. Excellent bass player, and he plays keyboards as well on stage. And they've got Alex Lifeson on guitar and Neil Peart on the drums for this album. Now, this album had 3 singles: New World Man, Subdivisions, and Countdown. Now, I would say the most well-known song out of those is Subdivisions, which is an excellent song. Now, I'll just go through some of the songs on the album. We'll talk about them. Now, the first song, Subdivisions, it's a cool song. I think probably my favorite on here. Heavily on the keyboards, but there is some good Alex Lifeson guitar on this song. This is a very catchy tune. It's very lyrically very good. It's got a bit of substance to it, and I reckon it's a great song. And it's just and for me, it would be my favorite song on here. But there are many great songs, as we'll talk about. Next song is The Analog Kid. This is particularly good. I think it's up there as one of my favorites as well. A very good Geddy Lee vocal. It's got a good rocks along pretty well. Quite different to Subdivisions, so they got a bit of diversity going on there. But it's a cool song. I like The Analog Kid. Next is Chemistry. I was playing this again today. I played the whole album as I went over it. How I felt about Chemistry. For me, this feels like a very good song, not as good as the first 2 for me, but I still like it. I still am drawn into it, and Geddy does a really good vocal on it. And as I said, guys, not as strong as the first 2 for me, but pretty good. Now we get to what's the next song? Digital Man. Digital Man is a very surprised me a lot. I know I've heard it before, but it's a wonderful track, actually. Very catchy tune. It draws you in quite a lot. And as I said, the guy, the keyboards are prominent on this album, as I said before. So Digital Man is a strong track. I think it'd definitely be my top three on this album, most definitely. So I love Digital Man. And then The Weapon. I like The Weapon a lot. It's probably for me a little bit better than Chemistry, but it's a pretty good track overall. Now they sort of they came off Moving Pictures. Moving Pictures was the album before, so they've sort of for me, although there were keyboards on that album, they've sort of gone more. It seems like they've gone more into the keyboards, but yeah, and as they will do throughout the '80s. Yeah, but going back to the song, Weapon's a good song. I find it a good tune. Then we got New World Man, which is quite a nice song actually. It's a good song. Love that one. And that was one of the singles, New World Man. Very little bit up tempo song by Rush. And then the next one after that is Losing It, which is quite a heartfelt, I find a heartfelt track, and a real surprise on this album. I find it a standout track. It's a great song, a great deep cut actually. It's always like that one, Losing It. And last but not least, Countdown, which I found goodish song, but not up there with some of the others, but still pretty decent. Still pretty decent song. So there's quite a lot of great songs on here, and I wouldn't say there's a bad song on here, to tell you the truth. So I think they've it's pretty much successful as the quality of, if you're talking quality of the album. And of course, through the album, all the things are there. You got Neil Peart's drums, you got the Geddy Lee vocals and his bass, and but I must say it is quite prominent on the keyboards, this album. So if you like Rush, 70s Rush, when there was less keyboards, it might take some time to get into, or if at all, but I go by the songs. I love the songs on this. I think the songs are strong. And of course, Lifeson's guitar, as for it being less prominent, yeah, you could say that, but he's still there. And the songs are strong. So that's the main thing, I think. But but I think it's a strong Rush album. So I'll give you my top three songs. I'll go Subdivisions, The Analog Kid, and I might go, although I do love Losing It quite a lot, I'm going to go Digital Man, because I like how Geddy puts that one over vocally. It's really good. And there you have it, guys. And so there's nothing really skippable. I mean, you can put this on and just play it through without. There might be some songs less quality than the others, but they're good enough, pretty strong album, many highlights, and it's a bit of a change in direction in a way. They're going for that keyboardy sounds. So Geddy's playing the keyboards and the bass as well as singing. But there you have it, guys. Yeah, that's what I think about that one. So, but I'm going to give this. It screams to me a 9 out of 10 for me. I really like a lot of the songs, and there might be a couple that aren't quite as good as the rest, but pretty much hits the mark most of the time. So for me, Signals by Rush gets a 9 out of 10. And many, many good tunes to enjoy on this album, if you haven't heard the album, which I'm sure you all have. Well, that's my take on it. And 9 out of 10 from me, Rush's Signals. How do you feel about this album? Let me know down below. I'd put it I don't know if I put it as my favourite album, which I will do a Rush ranking at one point eventually. But it's it's up towards the top, I guess. It's up there somewhere. So there you have it. 9 out of 10 for the 1982 Rush album Signals for me. 9 out of 10. And give me your score down below, and give me what you think of the album, where you rate it in the Rush catalogue, and let's talk all things Rush. And they're in the news at the moment, as I said earlier. That's goodbye from me. See you guys for the next one. Won't be too far away. Bye for now. Bye.